Good evening and welcome to OlamNews. This evening we're going to talk about the way we talk and how that affects the world and how it affects ourselves. We talk with our lungs, and when we transfer that energy from our lungs through our vocal cords, we create speech. And the speech we create affects the way we feel. And so, we are going to talk about the importance of utilizing our lungs for the proper language. And the positive language that we choose to speak helps strengthen our lungs. And the negative language that somebody, God forbid, chooses to speak weakens one's lungs. It is a spiritual matter. And Olam, meaning the world, is the physical world. And as we have discussed, the real world is the world that is behind the physical world, that which is represented by the root of the word Olam, Helem, which means hidden. The real world is behind the physical world, the hidden world, which is the spiritual world. And the physical world is only the expression of the spiritual world. So when we decide to choose to talk positive things with our lungs, then we strengthen our lungs. When we choose to, God forbid, speak negative things, slang, four-letter words, dirty language, anything that is dirty, that causes one's lungs to become weaker. And when one chooses to speak positive words and chooses to praise other people and to show appreciation with one's speech, that only strengthens one's lungs because of the spiritual phenomenon that one has created with their spiritual action of speech. Speech is a combination between the body and the soul. One has a thought, and the thought is transferred into words which cannot be expressed without the body's combination. It comes from a upper level within our minds, which translates into a spiritual and a physical action at the same time. Speech can be a very positive action that enables others to feel good and want to make others feel good. We have the ability to create a ripple effect, which through our speech enables others to want to speak good towards others as well. And when somebody influences somebody by putting them down or by saying dirty words to them or things which are bad, the ripple effect in the world becomes a bad ripple effect. And we are trying to fix the world, not destroy the world at this moment. And the world starts with you, with me, with us. We have to work together in order to influence others, and it starts right here, right inside of me, right inside of us. And from there, we start to create a wonderful world by transferring positivity and good speech into the world. Now, the more serious matter is the lungs that you have been given, that we have been given, are blessings, and they provide us with a life of oxygen and also on a higher level, a spiritual world of a combination of mind and body, which translates into a influence that positively affects the spiritual world and the physical world at the same time. The spiritual world being the upper worlds, the physical world being this world. So in order for us to fully maximize our positive influence on this world, we can do it by speaking in positive ways, by using our tongue for feeling good, by speaking good things towards others, we enable ourselves to feel good. It gives us good health, starting from the lungs and transferring in through the vocal cords and creating a spiritual and a physical plethora of blessing through this small action, which translates into a very divine and incredibly strong action. And you are that important. Your decision is so important to yourself, your health, and the world that we influence. We can take our words and we can use them for holy matters. Prayer is one of the holiest things we can use our tongues and our lungs and our voices for. And prayer, we pray 3 times a day within the Jewish religion. And there are 19 blessings that we make at every single prayer session. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once in the evening. 19. Does that ring a bell? 19. Where do you see 19 in the world now? Yes, it is clear, and we know that the 19 prayers that we pray, the 19 blessings are generated from the lungs. And so our prayer needs to be generated, and we need to take our frustrations and we need to ask our creator, the controller, the ruler of the world. And this is a world matter. We need to take these 19 blessings in either Hebrew or English, and we need to transfer our energy, our negative energy, into positivity. We need to take the physical world and elevate it into a spiritually heightened level that positively influences us, influences you, makes you a healthier person from the lungs out. And you have that control to do that. Don't translate the negativity into something negative, like negative speech, like putting people down, like slander, like 4-letter words, dirty words. Because as the sages teach us, which I have been taught by one of my famous rabbis in Israel, Rabbi Naftali Elzas. He taught us that dirty language is very dangerous. When somebody opens up their mouth and speaks dirty language, I'm trying to help you. Then what happens is, as one opens one's mouth up to speak dirty language, God forbid, it should not be for us. And so when one does that, then as one is opening their mouth to speak dirty language, 4-letter words that are lewd, anything dirty, then what happens is dirt immediately goes down into the person's body and makes them possibly very sick and causes sickness. Do not translate your negativity into dirty language, into 4-letter words. We must translate that into positive energy towards our Creator, to ask for help, to save and to create good situations from bad situations. And we must have trust. Where knowledge ends, faith begins. And so when we have our prayer in the right place, translating the energy into positivity, transferring the energy into positivity through language, you only don't just make yourself healthy by using your lungs for positivity and creating spiritually strong lungs, which are expressed in the physical world, from the spiritual world, the hidden world, into the expressed world. A healthy lung, a healthy physical lung, but at the same time, you are protecting yourself from spiritual dirt entering into your body, which could, God forbid, make a person sick and vulnerable. We have this opportunity to give COVID-19, to give honor to 19, give honor to prayer, and give honor to our Creator by translating the negative energy that is good for you, is good for others, and spreading that ripple effect and influencing others, starting with you, which you have control over. And this is very important to start now. Do not waste another minute. Do not damage yourself by translating negative energy into dirty language, into putting others down, into things that are creating people's horrific existence at this point in time. This is a respiratory issue in the world. It starts with the lungs. Use your lungs and create a spiritually healthy world. Review this lesson and start now, and the world will become a more healthy world physically, starting with you. Thank you for listening to Olam News today, and please review this until you understand clearly the severity of this lesson. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.